All right, I think I might be back. Let's just make sure. I'm going to click stream here. And I don't know if I'm up and running or not. I think I am. Yes, it looks like we may be back. Sorry, something was going on with latency and delays and buffering, and I guess there just wasn't enough bandwidth or something. Maybe uh, technical issue. Let's go back over here and see if we're up and running. Hold on. Oh, and I'm going to almost make a mistake there, which I'm not going to make. And that is, I'm going to move my display capture right up here underneath me. Here we go. Now we're going to see where we're at. Let's see. And we'll click done. And we'll see if this works now. And it says 44 seconds, but I don't see me. I don't see a picture of me anywhere. And maybe I'll come up, but maybe I won't. Huh. Let's go here and get the image up. There we go. Now we're going to see this. There we go. And where are we at on price? Still hovering here. What a valiant effort to keep this thing from going into outer space. Let's see if we're getting anything now, if we're back on live or we're not. So go to live streaming and we see live. We don't see my picture. I think it's coming up and there it is now. So we're back and greetings, fellow flies. If you're going to comment, please stay respectful and no name calling will be permitted. Okay. All right. There we go. So we're back up. I don't know why I got disconnected, but I am back. And now we're going to make sure that we have the right thing up on the screen, and that's going to be this right here. And we have to make sure that we have it in the full screen. So we're going to go to OBS and make sure that display capture is right under me, and it is. So this is going to be good, I think. And we'll keep my picture a little bit smaller here, get me out of the way so I don't disturb everything. All right, there we go. All right, now we're going to put this back down here. Boom. And we're going to go back up here. All right, we're keeping it close. Oh, 887, 888, and this is going to be the run, people. Look at the time. Right now, 209. You can see how long and how hard they fought to hold it here. But I just think that this volume and all these tiny, there's a one share buy there. There's two shares. Look at that. Look at the small amounts of these shares that people just love this stock and keep buying. Retail buyers. I've been stressing this over and over and over. It never lets up. There's 40 shares there. There's a small amount there. You're just talking small. Look at that. What was that, 3 shares? We're at 205, 795, 27, now 895. So there's 100 shares. And look at that, 206. How did it go down? Someone must have pulled an order out. And by the way, I've seen this happen many times. You can see sometimes these things will be really high and then suddenly they're gone. They drop back. And that's because is that people that had loaded orders in are moving up their sell orders and canceling them? Yeah, that's how that number happens to change backwards. It happened a lot during my days in AMC. Man, was I seeing that happen all the time. Sometimes it would be like at 40 million shares, and then we'd be at 33 million. I'm like, wait a minute. They were just showing did someone pull 7 million share count order out? Is that how that happens? And you watch closely. That this is what does occur. You'll see these volume amounts go backwards. I've seen it before, and you keep an eye on it, you might see it again. And it's a very unusual occurrence. I don't know what makes it happen. It might be just a glitch, but it does occur. And again, look at these tiny, tiny shares: 27, 225, 624, 27, 226, 274, and 227, 27, 496. And I'm watching them because I'm going to prove to you all, like I've said, look at that. There's 400 share buy. They're little buys. You can see such little buys sometimes that are, and I've pointed out, if you see a teeny weeny buy like 5 or 10 shares make the price go up, well, then that shows a sign of strength in the stock, and that the strength of the shorters is getting weaker, because if they can't hold down a penny move up on 5 shares or 2 shares, they're not going to hold it up and hold it down on when people start dumping in block share buys. So important to watch this right here is what I think. And I am absolutely fabulously in love with seeing this holding at 888 for so long, because guess what? All that means, people, in case you're not aware, is that someone has put in a sell order of a massive number amount of shares at that price. And so anyone that's trying to get to go above it just won't, because they've got their limit sell orders in, and they're big, big orders. That's my interpretation. I could be completely wrong, but it seems awfully odd that on all this volume, and even when you start seeing 20,000, there's worth 30,000 share buy right there. Look, 889. You see? This is the moment, folks. Look at the time, 2:12 p.m. The camel back just broke. The camel's back just broke. And what I do now, I start placing market orders. Just give me a second here. And then I'm just going to reuse this last order to save time. Then we're going to do a limit at 888. And that gives support to it. I'm going to hit that, place order. And now we're going to do 889. I'm just doing 10 shares because I've already got thousands and thousands of shares of this. So what 10 shares is going to add? 888. I'll try 887 even. I don't care. I'll keep supporting because it's at 888 right now. Place order. There's 887. I probably just filled. Yep. I hope so. Don't know for sure. But one more at that number, because I already see what's happening here. This is very, very clear. There's not going to be any retaining this when it starts this next leg up, the folks, from now until the close. And place order 887. One more. There it is, 887. And let's just, we'll try 86. I don't think we'll get it, but if we do, I don't care. It's good. But up it goes. All right, so we're going to do one market share now. See where that fills. 10 shares. Marketplace. Status. Yep, filled at 887 on the two orders I had at 887, 888 holding. The market share just filled at 888. And interesting that it's showing 888, but my limit order at 888 isn't filling. So that usually means that they're working at just over 888, 888.01, 888.30. I've seen a lot. They work it right in that, but it keeps showing 888, but it's actually trading just above that. And that's when you will see it go to 889 and then on up. But for a little while there, they'll keep trying to hold it at this number by these 888.01s, 888.17, 88.49. They all of it 888.999. I always love to fill at that price. Anytime I'm filling at a point something 999, I know they're at their breaking point for sure. And they are here. I'm telling you, I'm pointing my finger at it, because I'm telling you that they are a snap point, and it isn't going to go down from here the rest of the afternoon. That's my call. There it is again, 889, and 890 will be next, and you're going to see it all, witness it while I'm here live streaming. Let's see if we got anybody. Let's make sure we're doing this. Let's go back to here, and we are apparently streaming now. Let's see. I am looking, stop streaming, it says, and it's, yep, kilobytes per second is showing 1448, and that's not in the good range. It's at 1233, 1777, getting better. And so anyway, looks like we're okay, and looks like we are up and running. And even though we're not seeing much over here, there we go. We're back. Hey, you going all in? Oh man, I went all in. I went big time in when I saw that earnings report and the price dropped to what it did, 470 something. And then I bought more as it started climbing, and I've been adding my position all along as it keeps going up. And just like I'm suggesting that others do. And thanks for coming back, Chi. Well, I understand, Chi Wong. He says you have thousands and thousands of shares. My position is really small, but big for me. And that's good. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. You got a position in it. You took it up. Hopefully, when I was saying so on my video a few days ago, when I was telling them at 8.29, and I hope that you took advantage of that. And congratulations to you for being a wise investor. And just keep building on that position, Chi. Just keep, when you get another paycheck or two, you just keep putting in a little bit more. As long as the price is rising, why wouldn't you? All right. And I really, really, really like this. Here we go. Look over here. It just broke to 890, folks. And I am seeing it here. And this is my prediction. And look at the volume. Let's watch the size of these buys down here. Watch them close. Watch the size of the buys. That's what I always tell folks. 1,000 shares there. There we go. 4,000 shares at 890. Not afraid to buy it. 27,529,023. Nice. 27 million shares. And yesterday's volume was, I believe, right around the same about this time. And we saw what happened all day yesterday after this time of day. And if you don't remember, go back and look at the chart. And you can see right here what happened at the end of the day. And you can see it just right here. There we go. From 345 on. Look at that. You think that could happen again today? Already seeing a move now at 217? I think so. Yes, indeed. Forget about that 884 and 885 where I just filled, and 889 where I just filled, and all those 887s. Yeah, 891. Look at the chart now, people. Look down here. Going to come in and we're going to zoom in on this. Want you all to see it. I'm going to get in on the 1 day. I'm on the bigger term chart right now, but wow, look at that. There's the crossover. The blue just crossed the gold. The 45 just crossed the 50-day. Look at the acute angle of the 10-day moving average. Look at this angle, people. Am I making it clear? Am I out of my mind that this thing is about to explode, possibly? I don't think I am. I don't think I am at all. I like what I see here. And as I said, on this previous move up this morning, let's get to the 1 day. On this previous move up this morning, these people right here, you can see what was going on. Look at these pullbacks, okay? And look at what's going to happen here. Do you think we're going to see these types of pullbacks? Well, I don't know, because this one here, if we can get in a little bit closer on this, let me zoom in on this. Hold on. There we go. Come on now, move over here. Guess I went too far. Uh, now I'm back in the interactive. Didn't want to do that. Sorry about that, folks. There, we're getting closer. Now let's move this down. Yeah, here we are. You see 867 fell to 862, 3-cent drop. 873 fell to 869, 4-cent drop. Here we go. 894 fell to 886, 8-cent drop. Here we go. 894, 889, only 5 cent. Here we go. 905, 5 cent. There are patterns here that you need to look for, people. And do you see that happening here now this afternoon? The same? No. Look here. 888, 884, 4 cent. 886, 885, 1 penny. 888, 886, 2. And on up it goes. So the strength, it's building. Looks to me like, just using charts. Don't know that for a fact. Cannot swear by anything, and I never do. This could be a major cliff that drops any second now. But I do observe these charts for a very, very good reason. And boy, do I like what I see here. Let's get in this 1 day, and let's zoom out a little bit. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, man. And look at the resistance here at that 200-day moving average. Oh, man, at 891. This is another place. And let's zoom in here further. Look at all these green candlesticks out of the last few. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 small, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 reds and only 4 in the same period. 14 greens and only 4 reds. What does that mean? Could it mean something? Right here after 2 o'clock? You better look close here. Watch this. Watch this close. Watch this. Watch the 45-day and 50-day. There's a reason I'm on right now, people, for everyone. There is a reason that I'm on here at this time. Okay? This is a dog fight. Yes, it was. Well, guess what? Big dog just won. Little dog needs to head back to the porch with his tail between his legs, and that's what they're doing right now. Look at that. Oh, yeah, baby. Look at the 1-day chart. Man, beautiful. This is not even the beginning of this run, people. This is just the spark being lit. There's a little ember in there, in among the little thatch that we've got and the straw, and we're just fanning it, fanning it. You know who else is fanning it? Anybody that came over and watched this YouTube video, they're fanning it. Let's go here, YouTube, and they're the women in this world that Sofi just made clear were dominant in the financial world. Women. Let's go to the Sofi ad. I showed it to folks yesterday. I mentioned it had 8 million views yesterday. Look at that. 9 million views now. It only had 8.6 million when I put my first video up this morning. Now, 9 million views. And look at these previous views I show people. This was 2 years ago. It had only 6.2 million views over a 2-year term, people. And look at it now. This one here, 5.9 million a year ago. You don't think they're getting Sofi on the radar with 9 million views in 6 days? This one had 11 million, but that was a year ago. I mean, we're going to surpass this a year in a week. That shows you the popularity. And if you haven't watched this right here, I can't click on it and show it to you because I did it on my other one. And when I did, they gave me a copyright violation and blocked where it could be shown. So I'm not going to do that again. I'm just going to be showing you this 1-day chart. And I think you can see it's very obvious where this is headed. And I love it here this late afternoon. And look over here at Yahoo. I tell you, so many times I think they must be shorting Sofi because I see so many things that they do. Like when the price is running up, they'll delay the time on this. They'll show you sometimes as much as a 18 or 19-minute delay. I've seen them even longer than that. And the price is not $8.90, it's at it's over $9 or whatever, and they're still showing a delay. So be careful of that they do. I'll show you that. And another little trick they do, they show you down here a yearly estimate target of 821. Do you see this? Yearly target 821. What? Hello. And then they're showing over here, look at this, the chart pattern. They're showing short-term down. Does this look like short-term down to you right here? Does this look like short-term down on the 5-day chart? Sure doesn't to me. And look at the volume over here, 27,917,073. There's 928. That was, see, 11,000 share buys. Someone's certainly not afraid to pay $8.90 for it. When that guy David Chiaverini was saying it should be $2.50. Why are these people not afraid to buy a stock at $8.90, $8.91 when it's supposed to be at $2.50 according to that guy, David Chiaverini? I'm going to make him famous. Like I said, what you ought to do is track that fellow, follow what he says, take his picks, and go the other way. As soon as he makes that downgrade, that next day or morning or whatever, you better be climbing in. That would be my suggestion. You can make a gold mine off of this guy. Yeah. Yep. If you didn't see it before others, I'll show it to you again. I'm sorry for those that have already seen this, but I just love it. Show people how ingenious this guy is. Chiaverini. Yeah, David Chiaverini. There it is. I think I'm saying it right. It could be Chiaverini, but I think it's Chiaverini. And here he is. Here he is. Look at this. His success rate: 97 good picks out of 280. How, I ask, can a guy even stay in with a one tip of a 1-star rating? Look at this. His rating is a 019, everyone. Calling for 250 a share. Wow. Well, there's his level of intelligence. And I pointed out to everyone his average return. That guy right there made the price fall to $4.45. How can people fall for that? I pointed it out. I'm on the Yahoo message board, and I pointed it out to everybody. I said, "Hey, you better pay attention to this guy before you go sell here. Look at his ratings, man. They're horrible." Then I showed him the other guy, Andrew Jeffrey's ratings, who had said $14, or there was another one from BTIG, and he had raised from where it was at 8 to $14. People said he was crazy, but his rating is way better than this guy from Wedbush. So, like I said in my previous videos, you pick which one of those horses that you want to hitch your saddle on, or hitch your wagon to. And anyway, I don't know if we're still streaming live. It looks like we are. Yes, and we got some people over here. Yep. Yeah, it's true, G. You're right. Someone really doesn't want this to go any higher, but at this stage of the game, it doesn't matter what they want. It's what the people want. It's what the women perhaps want, uh, that are watching SoFi and have them on their radar. And by the way, as I pointed out, as this video points out here, that women are the face of finance. And it says, it says, picture the face of finance, what do you see? And then it shows all of these, and it says it asked AI. SoFi put it in for AI to say someone good with money, and all they show is men. And then they said someone good in finance world, and all those men. And then they say, well, the fact is that men are way worse at financing than women. And I love it. So that's what this video is about. That has had now 9 million views, folks. 9 million views. All right. Go over here now and go to my YouTube studio. Go to analytics. I want to show you why I want to thank you all for this. If I go over here to the analytics, I'm so appreciative for those of you who give me a thumbs up and all that. And I want to see here 137 new subscribers in 28 days. That's a 76% increase because of SoFi and because of people like you. So you can see the watch time. It's increased. It says 786.2 hours. Typical before SoFi's broadcast, I started putting up 30. You don't think SoFi's gotten on the radar? So again, I want to say thank you so much to everyone. Thank you. And I'm very grateful. Very, very grateful. All right, let's get over here. We currently have, let's see. Oh, 892. Everybody, you better be holding on to your shares like they're going out of style. But the truth is they're coming into style. 893. And as I've said to you all earlier, as this starts to go up penny by penny, more and more shorts will be cutting it loose. They're all losing from this day on. When the price hit 771 last Friday, every shorted position is losing money, a lot, at this stage of the game. Keep that in mind. And I've even said to go further back on the chart and realize that every single person who has shorted this stock since back on that May 15th, that guy I just showed you, all of them, look how much they've lost. I'm telling you, short squeeze potential is majorly here once we break back over 9. And if you think we're not going to, you had better look closer at the charts. Here's the interactive chart now. Let's go to this one day, show you why this isn't going to ever see the 888 price again in the history of this stock, in my opinion. Show you right now. Look at all this. Look at the double upside crossover. Look at these candlesticks, green, green, green. Look at the 45 gapping away even further here. This crossover just occurred. It didn't even get stopped. Look, folks, are you seeing it? Hold on here. We're going to stay live because I think more people are going to start coming over looking for me and being on here once we see this really start to make a move. And To track that, we've only here at this time of day, which is 2:30. We've only got 3 viewers right now, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to have this video up later if I don't make it too long, but other people will watch it, and there'll be other viewers. Hey, Anthony, it worked. Yes, Anthony, you're right. This marketing was brilliant. It worked. Yes, I am. Yes, Anthony. There's no question about it. The marketing, that advertisement, and let me tell you what they did. Since they did the AI question and AI gave them all these men answers for the most financially, when they talk about money, making money and finance and all these men's images, well, they realized right away that AI doesn't understand the truth, that women are better investors. So what did SoFi do? A great little idea that they did. They put a phone booth down. You can see right down here. It says they used a clever trick to reverse AI's biased images of women, and they put a photo booth in New York City. Had the backdrop of all this money around the women. They could go sit down in the booth, take a picture of them, then they fed those pictures into AI. They fed it into Google or whatever they fed it into that could start learning that, hey, wait a minute, it's not the men that, like Bezos and Bill Gates and others that we know of that have made tons of money in the market. Warren Buffett. It's not those that lead the way. It's women leading the way. And so they're putting all these images of all these women getting into the booth, feeding that into the AI so that it starts to realize that it's not the men that are leading the financial world. It's the women who are making the most gains. And that's impressive. And so this is re-educating AI about the success of women, and it's re-educating the whole country with these headlines uh, that are coming out. And I think that it's attracting a lot of women over to the stock right now. I think they loved hearing this news from SoFi. I think it was genius what they did. I think it was fantastic. And again, it's another thing that the SoFi folks have done to catch people off guard. And while all these indications are right there in front of their face, like beating the street with revenues 8 quarters in a row, earnings, and beating with revenues like this that are doubling, doubling, doubling during COVID-19, while other banks are closing their doors. Another bank had to be even rescued and saved by all the other banks. And here's SoFi setting the example. And meanwhile, all this time with those revenues and those earnings, look at the 1 year chart and look what happened when we get in on I'll do it one more time, get in on this 1 year chart here and look what happened to the price of SoFi during all the time that they were generating all that money. Look at it. Enlightening, huh? And I show this to people. Look at this minuscule amount of volume right here, back here in 2021 in May, exactly 2 years ago. Now, look at the minuscule volume moving the price from 14 all the way up. You can see how high that doggone thing got there. Look right here where how high it was from $14 on no volume down here. You can't even see those candlesticks. Look over here at this volume, folks. Look over here. Look, I pointed out again. If you're not paying attention, you should be, because if a stock can move from this price that you just saw here all the way up to what you just saw when candlesticks aren't even visible hardly, what can it do now under this kind of volume? And this is what I think is scaring everybody so much that started shorting right here and averaged down their short position here at 10 and averaged down their short position at 5 and averaged down when it got to 445. All of them shorting, shorting, shorting. But these averages are now putting them where we're at here for their averages. And that's why we're seeing this, I think, and why there's so much potential for a short squeeze. Oh my goodness gracious. Just look at that chart. It's a thing of beauty. Look at the blue 45 day, folks. This is what's important. And like I say, the charts don't lie. Look at the candlestick, look at the volume, look at the 45 day. Folks, this is exciting. I am very, very encouraged here at this time of day to see this happening right now. It's the same exact thing we saw yesterday, but today's going to be even more of a move up. And why? Because people saw that yesterday and they're seeing what's happening right now. In my opinion, I could be wrong, but I think they're going to go, man, and we're going to get out of this thing before it runs up another 8 or 10 cents like it did yesterday, or it might even go higher. Yep, that's my call. Could be wrong. I'm always could be wrong. But you see the price where it was at 214. Where's the time now? 22 minutes later. Where's it now? See, it just updated. Yep. And look at the volume. Look at the size of the buys. Still tiny, tiny little buys here by all the retailers coming in. We're at 28,308, 934, 28,309. There's 1,000. Look at that. Look at that tiny buy right there by another person, not afraid. Another small retail buyer. There's 200 shares. Oh, yeah. It just doesn't stop. They don't let up no matter what. Retail buyers keep coming in. There's 36 shares. We're at 28, 311, 986. There's 600 shares, another 100 shares. Yes, indeed. All while the price climbs, right? You don't see it dropping any here. You don't see it. And it won't because these guys just keep loading in one order after another. They just don't let up. Again, I love it. Look at the gap now. Folks, don't miss this opportunity. I am not a financial advisor, but I beg you, see what the charts are showing. When this gets up here to 891 and this 45-day crosses and the 50, that's a triple upside crossover, folks. The current price, the 10-day, and the 50-day crossing the 200-day moving average. Let's get to the 1-month chart. You can see the gap. Look at the green 200-day moving average. If you're shorting this, good luck to you. Good luck to you on this long term. Let's go to the 3-month. This is a longer term, and look at the gap even widening. And look at this. There's the crossover of the 10-day showing on the 3-month chart. These are all indicators that you should be aware of, folks. You got to know how these charts work. You should be paying attention. We're going to see 893 here very quick if I'm correct, because see, here's the thing, people. I'm not the only one, and you right now aren't the only ones looking at these charts. This is what the big boys do. This is what the analysts do. This is what um, Kathy Wood has all of her analysts doing. You don't think with her ETF, she has some of the best in the business and her gains and her profits over the last year? Go look it up and you'll see. Look at her over the last year. She's made some good, solid picks. Her last one on PLTR was another one that was a good, solid pick, as can be proven by the price today. As the price today is 50% higher than where she got in her first time, right? So I think if we just be patient here and let the course of history play out, I think we're going to see the exact same move on SoFi. I could be completely wrong, keep saying it, but this looks so attractive to me right now that I'm buying more. There it is, 893. I'll put in another market order, 10 shares right here. Hold on. Appreciate it while you wait and let me make a little more money. And you can help me make a little more money. I'm a music artist. I've said I've done all my CDs and albums and stuff. And go online, go on to Spotify, go on to Google Play, put my music on while you're watching this, and listen to all the stuff I do. It's all over the place, folks. Rock and roll, blues, jazz, country, rap. Man, it's quite eclectic. And the reason being is because I've done this music with people all over the world. And the videos have been created by these other people sometimes. They're not videos I came up with the idea. But look at one of the songs, for example, that's called If I Don't Have You, I Ain't Got Nothing. Or another song that's called What About You, which you can see on one that I'm playing live with my friend Jim, who was playing the bass for me at that live gig. And what about you? You can see us sitting in the picture on the video on YouTube. There's us sitting in 2 chairs playing before a live audience. So that's another excellent tune I think you might like. Or Like Me, which is a song that is going to make you laugh. I'm guaranteeing you, Like Me will make you laugh. And World's Greatest Lover. Uh, there's a whole lot of tunes I think that will appeal to you and your ear. So I'm just asking you to go on over there It doesn't cost you one single penny if you're already subscribed to just add my name to your playlist, and let it play once in a while. Let me make a little penny or two, or parts of a penny sometimes. Wow, look at what we got here. The wall at 888 dissolved. The wall now, they put in a big sell order at 893 to try to contain it here. But again, look down here, see the volume, see the size of the buys. And this is one reason they, if they would just stop buying the doggone thing, maybe the price would fall. But people don't. There's 10 shares there. There's 100 shares. Look at the small amounts. Look, it just is happening all day recently, every day. And then every once in a while, you see somebody come in and go, God, man, I can't handle this anymore. And they buy their way out. Look at that. Look at the size of these buys now, 28.5, and look at it. All right, we're going to monitor this close. We're going to watch it close. Size of the buy, price. And if I see a little 3-share buy or something, make this go to 894, I'm going to be buying more of it. Because when you see tiny little share amounts raising this price up, you know the weakness is there and things are really coming unglued. And that's my opinion. Again, could be wrong. But I think I'm Mr. Right today, and I think I was Mr. Right when I started telling people about this 2 days ago. I told them on my video, on my short, when the price was at 829, and now you're going to see this thing break over 9 this afternoon. And the reason that I say that again, look at it, it's just creeping right on up. And these little buys, 45 shares. I mean, they're just little. There's 100 shares, and the price at 894, 28,519. Look how small. Look how small. See if we see a change on a dinky little order here, and it goes to 895 on 2 or 3 shares. We'll watch. We'll keep an eye on it, because these are the indicators, people. These are what you're looking for. And this is what you're looking for. Look at that indicator, the 45 and 50 day. Let's refresh this page. We're going to go to the 1 day again. Let's get back over here. We're approaching the triple upside crossover. It's getting closer and closer and closer. And as I'm telling you, everybody, we are not the only ones looking at this configuration and what's transpiring. And they're not going to miss it once it starts to come in here at this 892, 893, where it is. Once it gets on past this, they've seen this before, and a lot of people have. You want to see what triple offset crossovers can do? You should go to another stock. Let's see if we can find it on PLTR. Let's go to the 6-month. Let's see if we can see a triple upside crossover on the 6-month chart here. Let's go in. Let's go back here. Look at that. There's one right there. Triple upside crossover on 628. You know, it was interesting. That was the day before, that was the 22nd when Kathy Wood bought. But look at that. After she bought, triple upside crossover, tried to yank it down and stop it, but then boom! Triple upside crossover. 3-month chart. You can see right here. It occurred. First week of May on the PLTR chart. And like I said, I think she came in on the 12th of May. So she was looking at this. She saw that blue 45-day average right there on the 12th. Look at it break away right there. Look at the gap growing. And look how slow it took to get to that gap. But look what's happening with this one here already. When you get in on this chart and you get to that gap. Look how fast this is happening, people. This isn't freaking days and days and days, is it? Triple upside crossover right there in just hours. Going to happen again right here. And then when it does, crosses over right here, watch what happens. Like I said, not the only one looking here. Let's get in closer. Let's do another refresh because I want to count these green candlesticks versus the reds. Thank you for your participation here and being here and watching all this crazy stuff that I do, and I appreciate it. Wow, look here. Get in here. So, since 213. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 greens. And how many reds? 213, 23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 to 23. 75% more going up at this stage of the game at 2:45 in the afternoon. And we're going to see another attack here from 2:45 to 3 because this is another tactic they try to use every single day on this stock almost. And on many stocks, if you look at from 2:45 until 3, there's a shake. And don't be surprised by it whatsoever. What you want to watch is how fast does it recover off of the attempt. How fast do buyers go, oh, I'll take that, snag that up. Look at these size of these candlesticks too, folks. 65,000, 22,000, yep, 57,000, 76,000. Look at the red ones, little 13,000, 14,000. There's 29. It's competitive, 43, but boom, right on the heels of that, we got one over here for 62. Price going up. Meeting the line right here. Convergence, people. Convergence. Yep. You can see that cup and handle, that frying pan handle, that's a big base right there, folks. That's a long time to trade sideways. And I'm going to tell you another rule about finance. This right here is called capitulation. And capitulation, 9 times out of 10, favors longs. It's true. Look it up. Might not be that 90%, but it's much higher chance of the price rising off of a platform than dropping 9 times out of 10, especially when you got this much news circulating around a new advertisement that's getting all these headlines and got 9 million views already in 6 days when their last ad had barely below that in a year. Get back over here. See how the size of these attempts are as we converge. There you are. We're hitting it now, folks. Whoa, look out. Oh, yeah, folks. Carnival still spiraling upwards. Let's go to the 1 day and you hope you might have got some of that. And good luck if you did back a couple days ago when I told you about it. Looking good. Took BMR down a little bit today, but boy, howdy, look at that little spiky spike up. Very little volume here, folks. Only 158,000 shares. This is minuscule and just one I have on small number shares. I think I got like 500 shares of it. All right. Here we go, man. Still platform building, and I like it a lot. And especially that we're not seeing this 888 number here between now and 3. And let me just point out, if we don't see them hit that 888, 887 again here in the next 11 minutes, then batten down the hatches, people, because that will be where the rubber meets the road, you might say. And that's, again, just my call. I could be wrong. See where it opens at. Oh, yeah. I told you about this a little bit earlier this afternoon, right around here, around lunchtime. You could see where it was, 377, 395 now. Hope you might have picked up some open if you were tuning in there. Hey, let's see who else has joined in here. Solomon Hossein, love your energy, Chief. Sofi has been my main holding since IPO. Wow, lots of tears spent on it. I bet so, if that's the case. Because I was just showing people where this was when it was back years ago, and just 2 years ago. And so it's amazing to see everything working out. Yes, it is. And Solomon, I want to also say I hope that you were able to average down when they came at it. Maybe caught my video when I put it up here 3 weeks ago, a month ago now, over a month, when I said, "Hey, this downgrade on this guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's horrible." And I showed people again how horrible he is. I need to just leave him up here. I'm not going to ever take him off my page again. This will be infamous. His name on the downgrade on the 15th. when SoFi hit the low where a lot of people like you and I bought in. David uh, Chia Pet Chiaverini. There he is, David Chiaverini. He's a professional analyst working for Wedbush. For all I know. Whoops, let's go back. Sorry, there's his picture briefly, but this is his reviews and his ratings as an analyst. And look how fantastic this guy has done over his career. Look at his 5-star rating, which is only 1/5 of 1 star, 0.19. I'm doing this again because to all the new people, including you that just came on here, Solomon, you can see that this gentleman who caused the price on SoFi to drop to a price that blew people's minds uh, here on the May the 15th when he came out with his downgrade and said we were going to be going all the way down to $4 and $2.50. Well, David Chiaverini was quite wrong. He did make the price fall on that 15th to 445, but where is it now? Double that. So David, all I can say, and many of us here that are tuned in, is thank you for getting that price down to where it was, even though you have no knowledge apparently of how to invest. 97 positive picks out of 280 down here. Look at that. 97 out of 280. He picks a winner. And so you might be baffled. I am. How could someone with a rating like that make the price drop so far? I don't know. Well, there's not going to be any 888 here, it doesn't look like, coming into this last little few minutes of the 2:52 to 3 o'clock. It doesn't look like it at all to me. And I've tried to show people about Kathy Wood. She came in with a small position. She waded into SoFi. But I want to point out another thing about Kathy Wood, that just months ago, I saw an interview with her where she was not certain about SoFi. And they asked her about coming in on it. And she said, well, I just don't know if that business model is going to work out. A lot of others have tried and failed. And so it's too early to tell. But I think at this stage of the game, with the moratorium and what she's heard, maybe she picked up on some of these recent interviews and where they're going and how they're diversifying. And I think that she finally came to the conclusion that it's time to make an entry. And just like she did with PLTR, she started kind of small on her first buy-in on May, I believe it was the 17th. And then she went again May 22nd. And she went in, well, she went in very large, then 38 million or something. So anyway, will she do the same thing with SoFi? She's waded in now and got in when the price was quite a bit lower. She bought, I think the announcement was that she came in 3 days ago, and I know the price was down, I think around 814 was on that day. Maybe even when the day when it went down to 771 was the day that she decided to come aboard. I don't remember exactly, but I can tell you one thing, she's making money. She's making dang good money. So anyway, I know it's over 100,000 or 150,000 she's up right now from the estimates that I made before. Uh, so yeah, yep, about 33,000. Let's see here. Oh yeah, and I was mentioning the volume, how much it's increased. The day before, uh, Kathy Wood bought into PLTR, Palantir. She the volume was only 63 million shares. Or no, I'm back up even further yet. It was 33 million shares around that average, and then within a day or two had jumped up crazy. I mean, it was up over 62 million, and then it's just kept climbing and over 100 million. So I think she does have some influence on the market. I think people follow her footsteps, and so anyway, still seeing a nice hold here at 5 minutes till. You can see everybody sitting in the sidelines here, just very, very small volumes of shares being purchased here. Look at that little tiny 50 shares there. There's 2 shares, 501 to 503. You see, folks, I'm telling you, they are relentless. And the price goes to 889 on a dinky little share sell. But that doesn't mean diddly squat, folks. This thing is going the other way. You're going to find out here, and you're going to watch from 3 o'clock on what's really going to happen with this, no matter what they try. There's your 880 again, and I said it was going to come. They were going to come at it right before 3. There they do it. Yep. Look at the candlesticks coming in here. Let's see how many of them are red now as they try right here for the last hurrah, I call it for them. Last hurrah. Yep. But looky. Let's get to the 1 day. That doesn't look familiar. That's not where I wanted to see. There we go. Let's get back in here. Hmm. Wow. Look at that. Doggone, that looks good. Man, oh man. Holding right at the 200-day. Look at all the big red ones here now. 79,000. And there's someone said, oh, forget that. I'll buy 73,000 there. Then at 62,000, 73,000. Watching the size of these is right here before 3. And all to that right there, you see these people, they might as well just be throwing good money after bad at this stage. That's what I see happening. Good money after bad. This isn't going to do any good. Futile to fight the volume and the swirling around this stock right now. It's just energy is swirling around this stock. And people aren't afraid to pay 888 as you see. And now they're not afraid to buy here at 889 as you see. And they're guess what? They're not going to be afraid to buy at 9.99 and 10.99, 11.99 and on up. And all of that could occur within a 1 day's time. I've said it before and people don't believe me, but when you look at that 1 year chart, if I'm right about all those people who shorted all the way down from 24 down, and average down, they're not going to just sit around idly forever and watch this thing go right on up. Oh, they're going to start buying their way out of those things because they're all losing money. Like I've said, look at the 1 month chart. Since this time here, you think any of these shorted positions have won any money or made any money? They might have when they shorted right here and then got out there, but since this time here, do you think any of these people have made any money shorted? Short interest only increased yesterday. I looked at it, it went up. All these people, so silly to short this thing, so short-sighted, really. They don't understand the big picture. They're not looking, I guess, at the charts that I'm showing you and the angles of these improvements lately. I guess they just don't see the forest for the trees. Or is it just that they're addicted to it? They're addicted to shorting because they've made so much on it over this last year when it was higher. But even over the last year, you look at this. Who here that shorted has made money today? Is making money today? Any of those people? Any of these shareholders right here? I'm trying to click on the 1 year. I don't think it's showing it to me. Yeah, August 2022. Yep. That is a boatload of shares right there, folks, shorted. And look where we are now. Hmm. The big picture makes things look a lot more evident, doesn't it? Yep. From 15 to 9, I think Cheverini. Here you go. Yep, Solomon. I hear you, my friend. The fact that we are only 4 here tells me that we haven't seen nothing yet from this stock. Anthony Walker. Yes, I agree with you on that comment. 100% guarantee it. But what I got news for you here is I do have over 545 people that are following me, and they're at work now, but many of them will be coming over to watch what we did here earlier today during this live, and they're going to see that I was calling it out like I always do when this thing gets pounced upon. I come out and I got my gloves on, folks, because I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to let these um, rinky-dink analysts like David Chiaverini with a freaking horrible success rate, 97 wins out of 280, knock the price down and make everybody get taken advantage of like they did. It's horrible what he did and what whoever else was involved who made the call to him say to put that out. Jerks. Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter now, does it? Sure, sitting at $2.50. No, it's not at $2.50. And any of the Yahoos that day, and I don't mean anything associated with the Yahoo finance page, but any of the people who are that short-sighted who shorted that day thinking it was going to $2.50, are they still holding those shorted positions at $4.45? Down 50% now almost? Could be. And earlier today, when it was over $9, they were down 50%. Anyway, 100%. Here it is, 3 o'clock right now. And here's when I say it's time for the power hour. And for everybody that bought today, earlier in the session, looking at the 1 day, you can see the day's range was $8.58. Now 30 cents higher. That was easy. Wasn't it though? Just like it is every single day with this stock to make money because it's so heavily manipulated. Every single morning, other than today, and this is the reverse of what we've been seeing. I go to the 1 month, and I might be able to get in here and show you all these drastics. But yeah, let's just go back to that page that it was on because it's much clearer to see. You can see when you get into the 1 month chart here, look at the daily morning takedowns. All of these big spikes that you see down at the bottom, these big candlesticks, that's right in the morning. It's right at very early in the morning. Here again, very early in the morning. But this is where the attacks really started coming early in the morning. And look at the downgrades making these things drop like falling off a cliff. Downgrade, downgrade, another downgrade. Up it goes, downgrade, triple downgrade on Friday. Down it goes. But then, ever since. So all of these positions that you see from here to here, even there, currently, well, almost losing money. All of those shorter positions that are still holding. And then from here, all of these from here on June the 20th, all of them shorter positions. And we know they're increasing, losing money. Losing money. Who's winning here? The Bears or the Bulls? Who's really in control? I guarantee you, when you look at these charts, it becomes very, very evident who's in control. Very evident. Yep, 885. One last gasp. Still up 2.45%. And by the way, on the day when it came down, I thought it was interesting. It was Friday. The whole market was down, everything, the NASDAQ, everything. SoFi was down less than 1%, less than a whole percent on that day. And I told everyone then, look at all these others, UPST, Affirm, Lucid, all the other big MM stocks down 4 or 5%, but SoFi was barely even down, almost green. So these are the things that I'm here to point out to you when other are naysayers and all this doubt going on around and all the downgrades coming out, that SoFi still is outperforming. And you saw the market yesterday, didn't you? Wasn't it all down again? Red, red, red. Every single indicator, every single index, red. And where was SoFi? Up almost 5%. Man, every single day that the Dow suffers and goes down red, we see gains on SoFi. It's almost like it's the safest place for people to go to when the market's crashing, when everything else is red. They come over to, they're like moths to a light outside. Can't stop themselves. The attraction is too strong for them. Yep. Well, I'm watching the price. It's where I bought it earlier. Going to buy it again. I got another order in at 840, 884. Right now I'm going to place it because that's 1 penny below. Because it ain't going to go no lower. And even if it does, don't care. Look at it's still up. Up 6% in 2 days, folks. You got 10,000 shares at 8.85 when you got in at 10,000 at $4.72. It's pretty good money. No, it's because I didn't fall for the shenanigans on the earnings that beat the street for the fourth time, and then the stock fell 20% that day. Okay, we've got an order here. We're going to put it in 1 penny below. Like I said, 884. Hit, and hopefully it will fill. All right. Well, wow. Impressive, huh? So much fun. Oh, and here, that's the bird mantle I'm going to put on. I think what will be kind of fun is to uh, while we're doing this live stream and we're showing you this fun price rising, even though, hey, look at that, it just went to 882. Maybe I'm going to see my 877 fill here right before long, and that'd be cool. But anyway, uh, I'll play you one of my songs right now. One of you guys that are here, let you hear something in the background, one of my songs, and what kind of music I do, and you'll find out that I actually do full studio blown songs. They're completely uh, fully done, and we're going to go to my channel. We'll roll down here to some of my music, and we're going to go to videos, and we'll go way back here and find one of our songs that maybe you'll like. Yeah, I hope so anyway. And I put up a lot of life hacks, show people how to make the giant tomatoes. Look at this. You can see how many views these tomato views have had. 1.2 thousand views of that one, and I've got even much more. But let's get back to one of these songs here that I did. There's one. Here's one called "Beatles in My Beetle" that you might like, and let's play it for you. And we'll have it in the background. And here we go. Hopefully, we won't have the volume too loud. I'll pull it down a little. And maybe you'll get to hear it right now. I don't know. How the volume
got my Volkswagen Beetle turning the key. Is she gonna wanna fire up? Have to wait and see. Lots of times she won't, other times she will. But just in case she don't, I park her on the hill. She's a 63, it used to be baby blue, but in lots of places you can see the rust coming through. Mufflers hanging low and might fall off in the road, but me and my old Beetle, that lightens up our load. My Beetle's got a name, I call her Ladybug. Shag carpet on the floorboard from my old lady's rug. Yeah, I'm a Beetle freak, yeah, this ain't no lie. I'm jumping in my ladybug and I'm gonna take her for a ride. Well, there's more I gotta tell you about my Beetle freak ways. When I'm riding in my Beetle, like to hear my Beatles play. Right this very moment, crank a yellow submarine. Got my Beatles in my Beetle, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm a Beetle freak, it ain't no lie. Beatles in my 8-track, baby, by my side. Rocking and rolling, that's what we love to do. Me and my baby on a Beetle cruise. That's what we love to do. Oh, looks like you're gonna have to get over here in the driver's seat, honey. Gonna have to push starter. Yeah, looks like I forgot to park on a hill this time. Sorry, baby. My Beetle's got a name, I call her Ladybug. Shag carpet on the floorboard from my old lady's rug. Mufflers hanging low, might fall off in the road. But me and my old Ladybug, well, that just lightens up our load.
Yeah, you call me during the broadcast, we'll be on live with you then.
To take her for a ride. Rocking and rolling, that's what we love to do. Beatles
Oh yeah, I'm up and I'm playing
Beetle
people, having some fun. Got a lot of people here on.
Come on, Jamie, take the wheel.
I've got Mark
Take her for a ride.
and he just subscribed. So I'm grateful to him, and yeah, I've been preaching about Sofi. We got Andy Swalger on here with us. We got Dustin Solomon, and we got several others. So keep along,
Yeah,
and we're all talking about Sofi.
This ain't no lie. I'm jumping in my Ladybug. We're gonna take her for a ride. Yeah, we're rocking and rolling.
But that's one of my many songs that are on YouTube. So get on over there and subscribe to my channel and check out some other tunes. Make sure you leave a comment on what you thought of the tune and how much you liked it or didn't like it. And if you hear one that you start to listen to and don't like it, just move to the next one. So if you're on Spotify and one of the songs comes up and sounds something you don't want to hear, move on to the next one. They're all different. Every song is. So we're watching Sofi right now. Carl Price is making the move. We're at 882, and it's starting to again ascend. They had it at 888, and it was just a little bit ago where we were. But now they're really coming at it here just before the end of the power, well, when the 3 o'clock hour came. But we're watching it. We're all watching it close. And guess what? It's still green. And it's going to stay green, in my opinion. And no matter what attack comes at it, I think it's going to finish up green and it's going to finish up strong. So that's what everybody here who's watching this stream right now believes too. Solomon said he bought in, Carl, when it did its IPO. And so you can imagine he's got shares up above $15. I'm guessing he's been holding a long time. But you know what? He's starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and he is also grateful to David Chiavrini from Webbush, who gave a target price of $2.50 and made the price drop big time. And that's when I think he might have averaged his price a little bit, and so now he might be even making some money. I don't know for sure. But we got Lo-Fi City, who made some comment and it got retracted. So don't know what happened to you, Lo-Fi. But anyway, just got a lot of folks here. We're having a lot of fun watching Sofi. We're all making money. And I showed everybody what my video showed 3 days ago when SoFi was at $8.29, and I thought it was at the bottom, and look where it is now. And man, are we all happy. And look at it jump back from 882 to 884. And this is just the beginning of the run, people. Hang on to your horses, and hopefully you have them strapped to the Jeffrey Andrews horse instead of your wagon being strapped to David Chiavarini's, because $2.50, I'm afraid, is not coming down the pike anytime soon. And what's going to be happening? What's that? Okay, no problem. Hey, man, I was showing him also, just so you know, my friend Carl here, who just called me, he happens to be the one that told me about Carnival Cruise way back when he said, man, you really need to be taking a look at that one. And so I did, and thank God for you, Carl, for telling me about that one. And Carl's made some other excellent calls for me in the past, including this one, PLTR, which I happen to own. And I'm glad as heck I own it, because when Carl told me to get in on it, it was back here. And this was in May, and you can see where the price was, 7 something. $15, that's a doubler. And the same thing with SoFi, people. This is a doubler, and it's going to double from here. And it's going to do it in a very short amount of time if this volume stays like it is. And right now you can see very moderate and a nice move up. So I'm very, very pleased that. And we got our live stream going. We don't have major, but thank you, Hard Facts, for you subscribing today. I do appreciate you helping me out. And let's go over here, jump on something else. We'll try this one. This is a song I did for Tom Petty when he passed away. And you're going to get to hear a little bit of this in the back.
They said he was dead, then they said they were wrong. But the waiting is over, we all now know he's gone. So I'm singing this song and saying goodbye to a person free falling, now learning to fly away.
Now this song actually has about
She was an American girl, yeah, he told us all so. His guitar gently wept while he put on a show. Mary Jane, a romance, of which he wrote a song. And they shared one last dance before she moved on. Oh yeah, before she was gone.
the singing's
And he said, I won't back down to those damn record labels. And he charted his own course because he was able. And he didn't break down. He was a tough refugee. You got lucky if you knew him indeed. So lucky were we. It was true what he said back in '79. Even the losers get lucky sometimes. But I guess like Tom said, now it's time to move on. You don't know how it feels. Seems unreal that he's gone away.
Yep.
Today, but Tommy's gone.
Hear that, Solomon?
Let's move it on.
Yep.
I envision him now, running down a dream. And I'm grateful to God for giving us this cool human being. But I should have known he'd be leaving this place. And I pray that the Lord will show his saving grace. And as I move forward, I'll hear his songs play. And they'll always bring memories of sweet younger days. On the radio waves, now his spirit lives on. And we'll never forget the way Tommy played a song. But Tommy's gone. Long gone.
So there you go. Tommy's gone. Just one of my many, many songs. I have over 100 songs on YouTube. I have over 60 that are now online on Google Play, Spotify. And since it doesn't cost you a single dime, go on over there and subscribe to my music channel. Listen to a few songs. Come back over to my channel here on YouTube. Let me know in the comment which one of the songs you liked, which one made you laugh, which one made you cry, and which ones shocked you, because some of them can be kind of shocking as well. But anyway, that's my music. It's all over. I love what we're seeing. 883 now. Watch it growing. We're all going to be showing here pretty soon. The cards are going to start coming out. I'm looking over here at the volume. We're at 30,655,867. And there's 2,000 shares. Someone wasn't afraid to buy at 882. And we're going to keep going right on up. Look at this, 30,679,000. Look at the size of the buys, people. I want you to pay attention to the size of the buys, and this is where we're going to probably see this spike start in. So I could be wrong, could be completely wrong. We could see a complete reverse, but I don't think so. And I just love what we're seeing here in volume. It never lets up. It never stops. Never, ever, ever, ever. As I've always said, they just keep plugging away at it. And again, here we are rising at the end of the day, when the naysayers would never believe this, and all those who were saying there's no way this thing's going to propel higher. And now, as we look, the NASDAQ just went green. Looks like the S&P is trying to push into the green zone. Now we're up to 884, so bye-bye 882. Bye-bye. And that'll be the last time we see that number, is my call. I know I said earlier that 884 would probably be the low and it wouldn't drop lower, but so what? Doesn't matter how low it went. Now all that matters is how high will it go? That's the question to be asked, everybody. How high is SoFi actually going to go once all of those shorted positions start getting out? All of them. How high will it go? All right, I think I just lost Carl. I think he's out, and that's okay. No big deal. Yep, I think maybe he's doing some trading. But at any rate, hey, we're glad that you're here and that you're tuned in. Even there are only a few of us here right now. Guess what? The few of us here are doing that all got in here a couple of weeks ago, or 3 or 4 weeks ago, when the price was about half where it is. We're all doing this. We're making money. And that's what's important. And we're going to keep doing it as far as I'm concerned. And even as I bought today at my price at 885, which is a penny below this, no worries for me at all. I've got an order probably filled at 884 now, since I just saw 883 come across. But it doesn't matter one bit. On up it's going. It's going to keep climbing. That's my call. The volume isn't going to stop. It's never going to let up. People aren't going to stop buying it. It's just too good of a deal. This new advertisement by them is fantastic. It is so good, the SoFi ad. It's going to appeal to all of those women who are, in fact, better investors than the men of this country in this world. Women have been proven by this ad that SoFi just put out. If you haven't looked at it, go look it up. SoFi advertisement, the face of finance, the new face of finance. Women is what it's all about. And I bet you they're going to be coming on over here to SoFi after seeing that ad. There's been over now looking at it, and it's got, you can see down here, it made the headline SoFi used a clever trick to reverse AI's biased images of women by putting a photo booth in New York City. And then they started training the AI to pay attention that women and money are associated together. It's not men and money. Just because you got Warren Buffett and Bill Gates and Bezos, all these guys who've made so many millions and millions of dollars, it's women that lead the pack when it comes to the everyday. Goodbye. Look at that, 884 again. Yep, yep. I'm not done here. I told you I'm not. It's not done, and it's not done. It's going to keep going up, and it's going to keep going up because again, the buys, they don't stop. They don't stop. And wow, how can you not just be in love with the look of that chart right there, knowing that every single person over the last year, every one of these that shorted, they're down. They're down now. If they're still holding from a year ago, look where the price is. You get it, right? Don't be fooled. All these people saying that, oh, the longs have lost so much money, baloney they have. No, there's a few. Solomon, I know you got in on the IPO and the price was way higher, but no worries. We're going to be back there because on this much volume, it won't take long. I show people time and time again when you get in on this interactive 1 year chart and you pull this back. When you get to this 1 year and you see how little volume could make this thing spike $10 at a time. What do you think is going to happen on a volume like this over here, folks? Don't underestimate this stock like everybody else has been doing. All these downgraders are downgrading because their estimates were too low. When the price was 5 and 6, they went up to $8. SoFi was beyond their estimate of 8. It went to 10. Then they look like how'd they look when they were calling for 8 as a high and the new target and was at 10, over 10. And so it shouldn't have surprised anybody that those downgrades would come out. Got to save face, as people did, right? Yeah, I tell it like it is. You know, they were embarrassed. So they came out again, struck at it again. I made a joke about the one, they called the one guy, I said, I kind of went through a scenario where they called the guy at Piper who just on June the 7th was upgrading this stock and talking about all the reasons that it was going to go way higher and all that. And then all of a sudden, after the 15th drop, then it started going on up. Then the Piper came in with the other two analysts when the three of them came together. But I just kind of played out how that phone call must have gone. That when he got that call, if there was a call, I like to just play around with it. And there's something like this: hey man, we're calling you because we need some help here. We had the guy from Wedbush downgrade last about 3 weeks. Man, the price went down great, but God dang, man, it's gone up to like 4 times what he estimated. So we need some help because now it's gone over $10 when he was calling for 250. So can you downgrade it? And the guy was probably thinking, wait a minute, heck no, I can't downgrade it. I just upgraded the thing 10 days ago or whatever. Yeah, and they said, listen, we don't give a damn. You either downgrade the stock or you're going to lose your job. You got it? Click. So he downgraded it. I show people that after that downgrade, by the way, by all three of the downgraders, one of them was from Piper, one of them was from Oppenheimer, one of them was from Citibank, or Bank of America, I'm sorry, I believe. One of those. Anyway, all of them are downgrading to numbers that were higher the last time that they had upgraded. So, anyway, I thought that was very interesting. And so they all jumped on the downgrade bus because all of them were not looking too wise as analysts when they're calling for an $8 price range and the price is at 10.23. And so there they all came. And another guy, like I said, the BTIG analyst was calling for from $8 to $14 move upwards. So is that where we're headed? His his scores as an analyst were way higher than the other guy, David Chiavarini's. So let's see here. Let's get in on this chart. We're still seeing a nice hold here. You just saw a little bit ago. It was all the way down to 882. And we're going to look here. Oh, man, I just really, 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 really feel good about this. Yep. Holding up strong, 881. And now we're at 884. As we come into the final swing, I guess you could say we're going to be starting to come around the third corner. We're on the back stretch coming into the third turn and going to come swinging around that third turn and then come around and entering into the home stretch. And I think I'm going to have my chariot or uh, my wagon's going to be hooked to uh, the the guy from BTIG and his estimate, not the $2.50 estimate of Wedbush man. So here we go. Let's get over here. Yeah, once all this volume right here is involved, you're going to see a lot bigger moves than this tiny volume here that made it move up $10, folks. That's my call. Could be completely wrong, but so far, since I started Sofi back a month and a week ago, putting up my videos, I haven't been wrong yet. Not yet. Not when I said get in here at $4.70, $4.99, $4.88. I told people all when it was down there. I kept pouring it on every day. I was relentless because I didn't want people to miss this opportunity, just like I don't want you to miss this opportunity right now on what's going to happen. And the reason I say it's going to happen is I'm looking over here. They already tried their bombardment. They tried their triple downgrade. You saw what happened. Yeah, they were effective, but look now. Same as always. Downgrades propel this further up. Don't think so? Hmm. Well, I'll show you. Look here. Here came the downgrade last week. You can see what happened. I'm going to show you after the big run up to 1023. Here's where the downgrade came. You can see the price. It closed at 860 on this day after it was at high 918. But then on the 20th, look at the downgrades came, the three downgrades, and you can see the volume here on this. But what I want you to pay attention to is that after the three analysts downgraded this stock, what happened for the next 5 days in a row, except for one here. Actually, I got to get up here because this is where the downgrade was. Another one, another downgrade, go figure. But it's the same thing every time. They downgrade it, it drops to 820. Then what's the low the next day? 834. Going up. The next one, 835. Downgrade it. We need more downgrades. They throw more across the bow. 771. What happens after that? Next day, 814, 832, to 858. What are they going to do? Like I said, just keep throwing downgrades as this thing keeps going higher and higher. Is that their only solution? Is one more downgrade, another downgrade, another downgrade? And like I said, there's over 13 or 1400 somewhere in that range of analysts that could all be paid or called and drop a little dime in their pocket for a downgrade. Not necessarily what's happening, but might be, you know. And all these people that have been downgrading, and the guy that called for 250, do you think anybody's going to trust his analytics anymore? His assessment? He should just go find another job at McDonald's, Burger King, drive-through. Maybe even worse. Maybe he should go start working at a doggone 7-Eleven or something, making pizzas back there. I wonder if he's still with Webb after that call. I wonder how they all feel about a guy that they have representing them that calls for a figure of $2.50, and then 3 weeks later it's at $10.23. I'm still coughing because of all this smoke in the air here in Michigan. You go outside, it's just a haze everywhere. It almost looks like fog outside. And I try to avoid staying in it at all. We try to get out of it and stay out of it. But anyway, well, here we are. Let's see. Get over here to the summary page. Does this look like a collapse is about to happen here? No. This is the last 30 minutes and another platform building. Now, a lot of you heard me tell you just a little bit ago that when platforms build, Nine times out of 10, this is capitulation. You'll see the price go up, but not always. As I said, sometimes it'll cliff off, especially if somebody has a real agenda that they're trying to achieve. But what's the agenda here for the shorts when the price was at 445 a month ago? You think they're going to get it back to 445 on those shorted positions? Dream on. Yeah, and there's going to be more news coming out from SoFi. This this is a small play by them. They got major cards that they're holding in their deck, and they're going to throw a card out here soon that's going to blow this thing up. I don't know what it's going to be, but I know they're very innovative, creative. They've got a team of people working together that have vision, and they have goals and aspirations that they're achieving. And not only are they getting to those goals and aspirations, but they're beating the estimates. See? Gonna just stay on here and keep showing people this. Look at their revenues. All during COVID and other banks closing. Yep. All the while all these other banks are in turmoil. I just saw Citibank made an announcement a week and a half ago. They're expecting 300 to 400 million more in losses coming up, on top of the losses that they've already had. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Go look it up. Look at their last announcement. 300 to 400 million more losses. And all the while, what's happening with this stock? Up, up, up. The deposits are just increasing day by day into this company. You can look that up too. See, check the facts. Be a fact checker. Go look at the deposits that have come into the SoFi bank here recently. You'll see. You'll find out. All the naysayers and undervaluations and so forth are all because of all this growth. This company is growing like wildfire, and today we're another 2% up. And you can see what's happening with this S&P outperforming the S&P again. What are they going to do? Another downgrade because the S&P went down today, and this went up just like it's been doing. So defying the S&P's averages and gains, SoFi continues to be up massively in comparison to the S&P. And this is an understatement of where it's at, because it's going to be up. There was another word, gigantically. There's got to be another word, colossally. You'll see. This is what I'm calling for. But what do I know? I'm just a freaking 62-year-old fart that, you know, just been playing the market now since 1999 when I was on Wheel of Fortune. Like I said, go over to YouTube, watch the show. It's on. It says Wheel of Fortune, 1999. Amy, comma Tyler, my name, and comma Joy. You'll see the video of me on the Wheel of Fortune and how I got started in the. Well, it was a set me off into the music business, because then I could take all of my. I think I had about 20 or 30 songs at the time, put them on CDs, went into the recording studios and recorded those CDs. Then I moved up to Nashville, Tennessee, where I started plying my trade and putting out my music. And I sold a few songs. Not allowed to say who did them, and but I got my foot in the door, and that's a good place to start. And others have come my way with offers since. And so, you know, some of the songs, once I sell them, of course, I have to take them off the market, and nobody knows I did them. But that's okay too. I know. And also, another way to make money. One of the guys was so kind that he bought the song off me and paid it in silver dollars. That was sweet, because you can see what the price of silver's done in the last freaking 20 years. So, 5,000 in silver dollars for the first song I sold. Neat thing about that too, guess what? It's silver. Great investment, and I'm watching it close, folks. Watching it real close. See how our live stream's doing. We still have some viewers here. We were supposed to get the Supreme Court news tomorrow or Friday. Very good. Thank you. Yeah. I think many people are having a problem on how to value SoFi. Many people, this is all by Solomon. He's saying, I agree there's some major analyst manipulation in this stock. And he says, I think many people are having a problem on how to value SoFi. He says many people are sticking to bank valuation. But Kathy, putting it in her fintech portfolio, proves that we deserve a higher valuation. That's a good point there, Solomon. I 100% agree. And as far as all these other analysts and their downgrades, as I've said before, Kathy Wood, she has several analysts, I'm sure, under her ETF. Don't you think that might have looked at SoFi and before they went in 3 or 4 days ago? I'm pretty sure of it. Yep, launch time, ladies and gentlemen. Strap yourselves in. Get ready for the ride. 882, not for long. 336, look at the volume now. 31,824, 825, 831, 6 million shares. People are not afraid. Look at the little tiny buyers here still coming in. We're at 31, 831, 332. And there's a 400 share buy almost. And there's a little buy. Do you see that? 5 shares. Look at here, 31, 832, 176. Yep, 287, 130 shares. There's a little bit bigger buy, tiny shares. All of these people here are Robin Hooders, retailers, all still believe, not buying the downgrades. And you know what? Kathy Wood didn't buy the downgrades either, did she? No. Instead, she bought SoFi on all those downgrades. The day it fell, 771. She was there. She's an opportunist, and she's done very well. We got some more comments here coming in. Let's see. No Cena's out. Jan Kozak commented, no Cena's out. Don't know what that means. I'm not sure what language it is. Anybody that can help me? But at least it's a comment. I'm glad to see it. No Cena's out. I don't know. Hey, Alexa, can you tell me what language this is? No Cena Zout.
The official language of the United States is English.
Oh, well, whatever. It was worth a try. I'll give it a thumbs up and thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. Get back over here. They're doing a good job here. The resistance is strong. Definitely the resistance is strong. But oh, no, that wasn't true. Yeah, there we go. Now we got it. 882 is the level they're trying to maintain now. But doggone it, folks. How can anyone be proud about holding at 882 when that's a 7% gain from yesterday morning's open? I am not worried about that price. And I don't think anybody else is either at this stage of the game. All longs, once again, making money. And it shouldn't be a surprise because look at the last 5 days. Look at the chart. It isn't going to let up. People aren't stupid. They look at the 1 month. That's a damned very, very nice looking chart. And then after all the downgrades, look at it, just continues. It's so resilient, so strong. And if they're not too foolish, people will take a look at the longer term even and see this 1 year, and they can read the writing on the wall. I hope. Doesn't that look great? And I don't think I can stress this enough for anybody that's new looking in here. Look at all the volume on this. It's not like before. It's not minuscule, teeny weeny volume that you can't even see here. The candlesticks on this chart when it went up $10. Folks, what do you think? Looks to me like we're ready. We're ready for launch. And we're 20 minutes till. And yesterday, the big move didn't even start till quarter till. And then we made an 8 cent move to the upside. So where's that's going to put us? 892 for a closing today, maybe. Maybe much higher. Don't know. It's actually starting to rise here already earlier than it was Forget about 882. We're at 884. But I want you all here in these last few minutes here to watch this volume, watch the level, watch the size of the buys. 100 shares. Look at that, 31 shares. Just small. All these small investors, look at them. I love it. Look at that. 4 share buy, people. 6 shares. And then the bigger boys come in. Say, man, this is just too good to pass up. And then they buy, and then they buy, and then there you go, 32. Look at how small. Oh, these aren't small though. Start to see the bigger ones coming aboard. But again, just little. Look at that. 6 shares, 5 shares right there. It's fantastic. Fantastic. So much support, so much belief in people. So many believers out there in the world of non believers. Those who have faith shall prevail, says the 1 year chart. And there's the takedown effort to 828. Isn't that funny? I made my video at 829, and there you see 828. That feels good. There's 820. That's where it actually closed that day. And then in the after hours, I think it went to 814. But anyway, that was 70 cents ago to the downside. All we're doing now is looking back down at all those shorters down there, waving at them, waving goodbye, waving bye-bye to them. Because this isn't going to stop here this afternoon, just like yesterday. It's a different course we're on now. We've changed course. We're charting a new course, and this new course is and trend is a powerful wave, uh, and it's even more powerful because of the volume. I like to go over here to this historical data chart, and I want you to see the volume. It's lower today, even lower. And these increases are on lower amounts of volume. Look over here. Look at the hundreds of millions on the increases. And again, I think these days are coming back because people aren't going to just sit around and keep watching this thing going off like this and going up on this low volume. I don't think so. You know, look at that. People, 877 for a high. The next day, only 8 cents down. But then where are we at after that? This is on the day of the attack. Hit the low of 771, but look at these highs: 866, 872, 909. You can't ignore these things, and if you do, you're not too smart. Okay? Wise up and, like I say, they always said, wake up and smell the coffee, people. Wake up and smell the coffee. PLTR looking awesome, going right on up. Look at that chart. Look at the separation, 45 and 50 day there. That's on the 3 month. Let's get to the 1 day. Oh, look at that. What do you think's happening here? Look at that. Had it down to 1506, now 1518. Oh man, 1521. Look at the blue 45 day right there crossing back up over the 50 day right now. Looks good for a PLTR too, folks. Take a look at it. Well, just as I called, you saw the 882. You're looking at this chart. We're going to move this one over here. We're going to go to the summary page because I want to look at this volume. I want to watch the size of the buys. 32, 273, 274, 1,000 shares there. See these small amounts? This is what eats them alive, people. They just won't stop. They won't stop with these little buys. There's a 5 share buy. And these bigger ones, 1,000. But watch over here. 32, 282, 294, 298. We're seeing 4,000 at a time. 299, right over there. We broke 32.3. But look at the size. Pay attention. Where's the price? 883. And just little nibblers that love this stock, that are just like me, that are just so attracted to it. And don't be surprised, people, if this afternoon, seeing right here what happened in this little move here, don't be surprised if this afternoon in the after hours you're in for a big surprise and a big move to the upside after all these efforts. And again, like I said, just burning and throwing good money after bad they're doing here, trying to hold this down. Yes, sirree. Another plateau you can see definitely forming here, but this time the break's not going to be to the downside, folks. I don't feel it. I think you're going to see this break to the upside from here, but we're going to all witness it together. We're watching right now. How many folks we got on here? 4 current viewers. Yep. Supreme Court news tomorrow or Friday. I can't wait because I know the Supreme Court's going to hold up that, the payments need to be made. These are, I talked to a lot of the folks that are older than me, and there's not many of those left, but they've been around a long time, and their feelings are, uh, that we're going to see an improvement here from where we're at and not going down, and I believe them. And so there's some confidence from the older folks. They've been around a long time. They've observed what's gone on, and there's been a lot of games played in there during their years. But let's see here again, holding here at 882, and this is certainly not something that the shorts want to see. They don't want to see a holding. They don't want to see people eager to buy here at this, and they are. 32,518,038. There's 1,000 shares. There's 3 share buy. There's a little one too. And it just never stops, never lets up, no matter what. No matter what they throw out there to sell it, someone wants it. And what I like to keep pointing out, and I've been pointing out this for 5 days, see, all these people that sold here at 771, all the shorters and people that have been selling all along of these numbers here, every one of these people, they're selling short and losing money. They're losing. They're losing, 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 losing. And all the longs are just winning, 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 winning. All since this time forward. And it goes even further back to when it was at 445 a share. Everyone that's bought in, winning, winners, making money, making good profits. And all those who've shorted, losing. Since last Friday on the triple downgrade, look what's happened. Well, what doesn't add up? You got all these people saying it's going down, people, it's going to go down. Beware, look out, it's overvalued, valuation. And then, uh, uh, yeah. Like I said, how many of these downgrade people are they going to keep throwing at this stock? And every single time it's less and less effective. And every single time the price rises on the heels of the downgrade. Every time. I've shown you. I've shown you. Wow. Is it possible?